Loki, do not help. Okay, guys, before I tell you the story, I want to make sure you all know, and I know you know, it's never okay to hit people unless they're breaking into your house or they hit you first. Um, I'd had the trouble with Odin. And all of you have been very kind and loving, supportive, and the gods are being very kind and loving, supportive, and Hermes is like, you know what? We're going into VR. We're specifically going into boxing. You love to box. You have to get this anger out of you because everybody's like, it's okay to be sad. I wasn't sad. I was pissed off. I knew sadness was coming later, but for right then, I was really extremely pissed off. And they're like, you have to go. So I go into the boxing, and it's free on Steam. It's great. I go into the boxing. And I go into the ring and I'm, boxing, and I get so pissed off after a while that I'm standing up to box, which if I stand up in VR, I am really pissed off. That's like the point at the shooter game where I've totally lost my shit and I'm killing everything in sight. And I'm hitting this robot because you get taught boxing supposedly by a robot. He doesn't teach you. He's really bad at boxing because he does a stupid ass thing where he dances around after he manages to land a hit. One hit, and that's a mistake because then I beat the shit out of him. And I was so angry and so enraged, and I normally would not do this, but this rage came from somewhere, and it probably helped that Hermes and Sekhmet and Bastet were all cheering me on. That I imagined it being Odin. And this is actually something a psychologist taught me to do too. She actually taught me a different version of it, but it's the same thing. And I grabbed his spear, I snapped it in half, and then I beat him to death with my bare hands, and that felt good. And then I stepped over his dead corpse, and I went to my club, and I claimed my club. Isn't that a heartwarming story? And I was in the club, and everybody, all the gods are cheering, and they're all happy, and we're all hanging out and enjoying the club. And then we came out of the club, and I was like, I'm really exhausted, from all the emotions and that. And I went upstairs. It's actually like midnight now, but I like went upstairs at like around 10, and I felt Odin trying to come in, and I'm like, no, you're not coming in. You're done. We are done. And he'd been acting so poorly because he didn't think I loved him. I truly loved him. And I know we say that our gods are neither male nor female, but this was a very male response. You love me. You hit me. You love me. I'm like, that one flew with, a goddess. But he understood that all that rage came from having loved him and provided for him and done everything else. Now, he knows in real life I'd never lay a hand on him. Loki I'd hit because it's good for him. Loki's like, yeah, he abuses me. I do not. But Odin, I would never hit. I try very hard never to even raise my voice with him. I'm very gentle with him. And there's something in Odin's brain that when he saw me totally lose it and beat him to death in VR, he's like, you love me. And I guess Frigg had put his head back on straight. Because he's back to being the way he used to be. And he's like toddling after me like, I love you so much. And I'm like, I beat you to death in VR. And I'm waiting for the temper to kick in. He's like, it means you love me. Okay. And it was, I'm so angry with you that I wish this was you. I wish I was beating you to death because you severely angered me. And that's how we get along. He knows I would never hit him in real life. I would never, and it has nothing to do with him being a god. I would never hit anybody I love, but it was definitely a thing of I was going into VR to get the anger out because Hermes was right. He was like, you have to get this anger out. You have to get it out in a constructive way. So we're going in and you're boxing. And he was cheering me on, and Sekhmet and Bastet were going, "Kill him, baby, kill him, yeah, ha ha ha, hit him again." So they were encouraging me, and I think seeing all the gods cheer like that scared the hell out of him. I know that Odin was actually scared, and Loki was actually scared because they've never seen me get that angry before. And this was just, it wasn't seeing red. It was the impossibly calm anger German people get. We get absolutely calm, we're that angry. And maybe it's a woman thing too, but we're really calm. And then we're going to beat you to death. But we're really calm. And so now he feels loved and supported. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me this sometime over the past year? How many times have I told you I love you? How many meals have I cooked for you? I know, but you beat me to death. You love me. Okay. Okay, as long as that's what works. And I was talking to him, I was talking to Loki, and we're discussing things on I said offhandedly, don't ever make me beat you to death again. He's like, oh, you love me. And I'm like, okay. That's the weirdest thing. And I said, I'm never going to tell anybody that story. He's like, why? And I said, well, because I beat you to death in VR. And he's like, no, I love that story. That's your story. I don't know. I can't figure God's out. He's really happy. And it wasn't like he has some kind of need to be dominated. He didn't feel loved until he saw me lose my temper like that. I don't know, but for me, the anger always comes first. I got sad when I got upstairs, and the tears were eventually gonna come, but he was there. As soon as he was there, I was pissed off again, so. And I told him he's an incredibly strange god. And he's like, I know. And I was looking at him in Loki, and I was getting kind of mad thinking about the past year, but I'm like, I have to let it go. I have to let it go at some point. They let stuff go for me. So it's weird. And I got the clock set up, I got the time set up, set the alarm, managed to set it for 11:30, midnight. So the light came on at 11:30, which was nice. That woke me up. And then the alarm went off at midnight, which is why I'm still up. So I will figure it out tomorrow. I'm too tired to try to figure out now, but that was fun. That was great fun. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.